can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from...
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion. Not that I'm complaining. Come on.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Varia, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Varia to control Zugos like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugos, then we get some answers. No further!
Aim for the weak point!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
We natural energy! That'll bring you down!
Good shot.
Feel! More for the
The flame inside me, yours to be
Good
let
shot.
free! Demon Fang!
Tiger
Raging
Fang!
Here I go!
Escape! Eternal devastation! Be still!
Raging Seal!
Crush! Flaming thrust!
Raging
Flaming thrust! Lunar Rogo!
Gale Force!
Not a chance!
Here, let me help! First aid! Natural energy! Shining supernova!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Raging
Flaming
Tempest!
I'm ready to go.
Magic is there! First aid!
I'm not done! You're finished!
Can't get out of this!
More for the
Armor won't save you!
Take it!
Here I come!
I'm only getting started! More
Demon Fang!
Let the marksman handle this!
Easiest discard.
Where are you going?
Crush!
Take this! Fluid skin! Demon Fang! I'll heal you all! You're mine! Confiscated! I'm not done! Light up! Be still! Lunar Rondo! Lightning Condemn into the fray! Thunder Ray! Illuminate the dark! Magic is there! Shattering us pieces! Here's a healing art!
Ignite!
Going in!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Piercing wall! Lightning Supernova! I'll heal you all!
Fluid skin!
Forward up! Here's a healing art! Guardian Field!
No further!
First aid here! Let me out! I'll be saving here like
Front! It's over! Smash you!
It's over!
You're mine! Megasonic thrust!
Guardian Field! Ready to go! Water lightning! I'll be saving it! Watch the water! I never miss!
Eat dirt!
Tidal wave!
Demon Fang! You're mine!
Arc Seal! Healing circle!
Start up!
Appreciate the help! Shining Supernova! Make it rain!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Take this!
I'll heal you all! Illuminate the dark! Confiscated!
Start up!
Havoc! Healing circle! Swirl! Take some! Illuminate the dark!
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Save you!
Piercing roll! Mega ray!
Take
Radiant
this!
Here!
Can't get out of this!
Waving Meteor! Spray! Illuminate the dark! Piercing
Nice!
Holy Glimmer!
You're
Holy
mine!
Land!
Demon Fang!
Here, let me
You're
help!
mine!
First aid! Denied! Hurricane
Be
Lightning
still!
Orb! Havoc Fire!
Stay away from my friend! Demon Fang!
I still got some fight left in me. I'll heal you all! Wind Astral! Healing! Circle! Hurricane Fire!
Start up!
Going in!
Take it!
Pieces!
Now you see what I can do!
If it's in the sky,
Here's the roar!
Whirlwind
I'm not done!
Now in the groove!
On guard! Here! Healing art! Inspiration! That'll bring you down!
Now you've gone and ticked me off! I could do this all day!
Here I come! First strike! A flaming strike is yours! Let's
Here's
fight!
a healing art!
Burn!
Havoc Seal!
Now in the groove!
Flaming thrust!
Havoc Throw! Here!
Start up!
Almost stopped up!
Hurricane thrust! No further!
Annihilation!
Lunar Rondo!
Not on my watch!
Anything in order!
Here, let me help!
Shoot! Pay for that! I'm on Demon Fang!
I can carve through armor!
You're my...
Photon Blast! Raging Cat!
Now I'm in the groove!
Flaming thrust! Start up!
Holy Land!
I'll tear you
Demon
apart!
Fang! The flaming strike is yours! Let free! Not today!
Here's a healing art!
You're mine! Total
Power
devastation!
Ice Prison!
Total devastation!
Thunder Field!
Better if you don't get out.
Freeze Lancer!
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Here's the evil! Not in your dreams! Freeze Lancer! Purge Malevolence!
Armor won't save you!
Where are you going?
You're finished!
Here's a healing art!
Not gonna let you all down. Can't end here!
Don't give up!
No further!
Lightning! Now,
There! You're mine!
Holy Land!
Is this it?
I can't heal you forever! Ready to go!
Not done yet!
First strike!
Celestial Hammer!
Inferno Punch!
Here!
Eat this! Now I'm in the groove! Ready to go! Inspiration! Not my fight!
Not done yet!
Denied!
Healing Back into the fray!
Here, let me help.
I still got some fight left
They
in me.
smite with blackened blade! A debut before
Crescent flame! Hurricane strike! Annihilation! Radiant blast!
throbs in pain.
Where are you going?
No further!
Inferno crossing! Mega ray!
Ignite!
Crescent all stopped up!
No bond
Annihilation!
shall break
Mega
this
ray!
match!
Annihilation! Hurricane strike! Mega ray! Ready! On guard! Not in your dreams! Searing flame! Light up the dark!
I'm ready to fight! Engulf you! Take the count! Here I come!
Light up the dark!
Here I come! Elusive deity! Be still! Shut up!
Make it rain! I'm only
Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now it's just her! Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Ugh.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. It was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time.
We've reached our destination.
This shall suffice. Please.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Soon, I have to be ready to face any. I'm determined to save Shion. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover its purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but
I'll do that.
So... only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now. Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her?
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her...
Now that you know how she felt,
She kept... If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force... Naori was the one who put that mask on me. And made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was. A channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
the Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their...
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here...
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from... By that logic, it would stand to reason that...
We have a maiden. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but... I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still...
No, it isn't! You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the red...
After everything we've been through...
We'll probably be needing you to...
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place...
Except the Dan and Astro...
In a portion of the city reserved...
Maybe he just has strange...
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, still, this isn't the sort of...
Hold up, decadence? Or...
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it does...
That depends.
The void that art fills isn't the stomach.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul...
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside...
Shut up!
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... Are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Demon Fang! Here I come! Ignite! You're my... Demon Fang! Eternal devastation!
Take this!
Crush!
Inspiration! I can carve through armor!
This one's mine.
Be still!
Lightning can heal
Eternal devastation!
Illuminate the dark! Come forward, Holy River! Hard shield!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
First watch it! I never miss! Lightning orb! Not on my watch! Here, illuminate the dark! First aid! Holy glimmer!
Flaming
Holy
thrust!
laser! Spear!
Be
Heal
still!
evil!
Demon
Use the
Fang!
healing arm!
It's
Watch
on!
this! First aid!
Not today!
Lightning orb! Lightning
Eternal
condemned!
devastation!
Thunderblade!
Denied!
Illuminate
can't
the
get
dark!
out of this!
Come forth, Holy glimmer!
Here,
Holy
Demon
laser!
Fang!
First aid!
Dragon Swarm!
Here I go!
Here!
Kara!
Take this! You'll pay for that! Eternal devastation! You're mine!
Still got some
Demon
fight left
Fang!
in me.
Swallow dance!
Healing circle!
Can't move! There!
Need to pull myself together.
Demon Fang!
More for the stoplight.
Go
Here goes.
I'll smash you! I'm not done!
Magnet
Lightning
Sleep now.
Inferno! Eternal devastation! I'm on it! Try harder! Now! You're mine!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic.
Demon Fang!
I can handle it. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Eternal devastation!
Lightning orb.
I'm on Demon Fang!
I'll answer you. Lightning condemned.
Talent Storm! Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark. Blah, blah, blah.
Not today!
Inferno one!
Is this it?
Don't give up! I'm only getting started! Annihilation!
Demon Fang!
Annihilation! Graviton field! Hurricane
Finish it, doing! Demon Fang! I'll tear you apart! Demon Fang!
Shattering
the pieces! Attack time! Take this!
down!
I really know you want. You're finished! Demon Fang!
Downfall!
Eternal devastation! Demon Fang!
Let the shot start!
Talent Storm!
Glacial power!
In a bind?
Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
This one's all mine!
Going in!
Take this! Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
Not my
fight!
You have to hold on!
I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Far enough!
Take this! I'm not
I'll
done!
bring you back from death to
Look shot!
Crunch!
I'll bring you back from death to bed.
Take this!
Piercing
Move
roar!
it! Demon Fang!
Going in!
Inspiration! I'll tear you apart! Eternal devastation!
Flaming meteor!
Demon Fang! Burn!
First aid!
Move! Get
Take this! No further!
Demon Fang!
Blade!
Inferno!
Crush! Eternal devastation!
This one's mine!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll smash you!
Yours to be let free!
Lunar blast!
I'm gone!
Crush! Swallow dance! You're
This
finished!
one's mine! Hurricane confiscated!
I'm
Take
gone!
this!
Water!
Here we go!
Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang!
This
Take
one's
this!
mine!
Crush! Eternal devastation! Any more of this and I'll burn out! It's over!
Here's evil!
Demon Fang!
Free blast!
I'll tear you apart! Be still!
Lunar corruption!
Take this! Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn!
Inferno
Be still!
Let you all down.
Stay away from my friend! There! Demon Fang!
Take this! Time to shine!
Crush!
Havoc! Their
Demon
arcs
Fang!
were interrupted!
Inferno
You're mine!
Going in! Ground and pound!
Take this!
one's mine! Inferno Crusher! I'll heal you all!
Crush!
Healing
Internal
Circle!
devastation! Try harder! My turn!
Talon Storm!
No escape!
I don't even... know the word defeat. Ready to go! The power
Demon
of
Fang!
Swallow Dance! I got you!
Eternal devastation! Take this!
Swallow
I'm not
Dance!
done!
Smash you!
Crush this time! Ha! Burn! This one's all mine! Burn in hell!
Take this! Tiger Blade! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll heal you
Here
all!
I come!
This one's mine! Healing Circle!
Demon
Hear
Fang!
my call!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm on a roll now! Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Talon Hurricane! Here goes! Confiscated!
Take this!
Hurricane
Take this! Ha! Ignite!
Healing Circle!
Demon Fang!
Not like this!
No, it's...
My focus!
This should do it!
Watch it!
No, you can't. I'm nearly done for.
Bring you back
Demon
from
Fang!
death to this! I never miss!
Ha! Strike! Eternal...
Bring you back from death to
Demon
this!
Fang!
Oh, shattering
This should do
the
it.
pieces! Attack time! What's this?
through all
Let me show
this
you what
pain.
my art can
Dazzle!
do! First
Strike!
All in!
Be still!
Lunar Rumble! Inferno! Talon Hurricane! That's freaking does it!
Try harder!
Take this!
No, you can't!
Whirlwind Staff!
I'm not done!
Healing Circle!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm blanketing fear! Here's evil!
I owe you a
Here goes! Blade show you what my art can do! Rise and shine! Target Blade! That freaking does it!
Demon Fang!
Resurrection!
Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Eat this!
You're mine!
Annihilation!
Inferno
Blazing Meteor!
Eternal devastation!
Watch it! Not like this! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! First aid! I won't give up!
It's time! Can't get out of this!
Inferno Punch!
Ignite!
Water! Here I come! Going in! Spread! Inferno
Eternal
Punch!
devastation!
Ready to go! Now! Captain!
Demon Fang!
Eat dirt!
Here I come!
I never miss!
I'm not done! Crush! I could do without this pain! This should do it!
Lunar Corruption!
Grant me the strength to march on!
Gemini Alpha!
Demon Fang! I'm ready! Doubly! In an instant! Impact block!
This one's mine!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
Too late! You can't stay here!
We need to go! Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law! I am...
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance.
Whatever's stolen from the future's ours to protect. And right now we can head them off.
Did you say...
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the mother...
If that monstrous form's their true identity.
Yeah. There's a good...
So this thing over on...
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to...
Then we're agreed.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care...